Chapter 3 Section 1 Pell, Sector White 2 1530 hours. The warning lights must still be on outside in the corridor. The salvage center kept to a deliberate pace. The supervisor walked the aisles between the machines and silenced any talk by his presence. Josh carefully kept his head down, unfastened a plastic seal from a small, worn-out motor, dropped it into a tray for further sorting, dropped clamps into yet another tray, disassembled the components into varied categories, for reuse or recycling, according to wear and type of material. There had been, since the original comm announcement, no further word from the screen on the forward wall. No discussion was allowed after the initial murmur of dismay at the news. Josh kept his eyes averted from the screen and from the station policeman at the door. He was more than 3 hours past his shift's quitting time. They should all have been dismissed, all those on partial. Other workers should have arrived. He had been here over 6 hours. There was no provision for meals here. The supervisor had finally sent out for sandwiches and drinks for them. There was still a cup of ice on the bench in front of him. He did not touch it, wishing to seem completely busy. The supervisor stopped a moment behind him. He did not react, did not break the rhythm of his actions. He heard the supervisor move on, and did not look to see. They did not treat him differently from the others here. It was his own troubled mind, he persuaded himself, which made him suspect they might be watching him in particular. They were all closely supervised. The girl by him, a solemn, slow-moving child, and ever so careful, was doing the most complex job of which she was capable, and nature had cheated her of much. Many here in the salvage center were of that category. There were some who entered here young, perhaps to seek a track up through the job classifications, to gain elementary mechanical skills and to go higher, into technical positions or manufacture. And there were some whose nervous behavior indicated other reasons for being here. Anxious, obsessive concentration. Strange to observe the symptoms in others. Only he had never been a criminal as they might have been, and perhaps they trusted him less for that. He cherished his job here, which kept his mind busy, which gave him independence. Quite as the sober girl beside him cherished her place, he thought. At first, in his zeal for demonstrating his skill, he had worked with feverish quickness, and then he saw that it upset the child beside him, and that distressed him, because she could not do more. He compromised then. It did not make his efficiency obvious. It was enough to survive. It had looked to be enough for a long time. Only now, he felt sick to his stomach and wished he had not eaten all the sandwich. But even in that matter, he had not wanted to seem different from those about him. The war had gotten to Pell. Manziani. The fleet was at hand. Norway. And Mallory. He did not think some thoughts. When the dark crowded him, he worked the harder and blinked the memories away. Only war. Someone near him whispered about having to evacuate the station. It was not possible. It could not happen. Damon, he thought, wishing that he could get up and leave, go to the office, be reassured. Only there was no reassurance to be found, and he was afraid to try it. Mazian's fleet. Martial law. She was with them. He might break if he was not careful. The balance of his mind was delicate, and he knew it. Perhaps to have asked for this oblivion was in itself insane. An adjustment had made him no more unbalanced than he had ever been. He suspected every emotion he felt, and therefore tried to feel as few as possible. "Rest," the supervisor said. 10-minute break." He kept working, as he had through previous rest periods. So did the girl beside him.